Good morning. How are you? Okay, do you ladies have a ball? Because if you do, go grab it. You don't? Okay. So when we do the ball, if you don't have it, and you're going to do a bridge walkout and back in with your feet. And we're going to use that Pilates ring too. So I'm going to use the ball for that, and you're going to use your Pilates ring. So that's great. I guess Val's gone to get a ball. And we're also using this for our hips. So grab your plastic little band. So we got lots of back work today, lots of legs. So we are ready to get the party going. Lily's been out here waiting, going, what's taking everybody so long? So 2 sets of weights today, medium and heavy. We're going to start with medium and then we're going to progress to heavy. But let's just do a nice little warm up first. So I'm going to have you turn sideways for this warm up and take your feet nice and wide. So we're going to get right into these inner thighs. So arms out to the side. You want to line up your wrist and shoulder. And now just hinge through your hips. So you're coming forward, but you're not dropping the arm. Let's hollow out the stomach and then come back up to standing. So that was a pretty small hinge. We're going to progress this. We're going to go a little deeper. Again, you're working the back of the arms because they are not coming down. So we're just going to oscillate between hinging through these hips and then coming back up. So you should be feeling a nice little stretch in your inner thighs and the hamstrings, of course. Anytime you hinge through your hips, those muscles get nice and long. Now take the arms down and relax your head to just feel a nice unweighting of your upper body. Now, while you're here, your hands are down on the floor. I want you to try to pull your feet further apart. So go a little bit wider. Now bend into that right knee. Keep your back long so you're not hunching. And then bend into the left. And we're just going to go side to side. And again, the bend into the knee is totally dependent on how bad or good it feels. So just side to side. Your feet are facing forward. Lots of release in these inner thighs. Let's just do a few more of these, only because they feel so good. Okay, now when you get to your left leg bend, stay there. That should be at the top of your mat. And then just swivel around so you're in a low lunge. We're going to put the knee down, the right knee down on the floor. We're going to come up, squeeze your glute as tight as you can, and then let the hips pull forward a little bit, and then pull them back. So just kind of oscillate between the two. And if you want to put a towel under your knee to make it a little cushier, go for it. So back and forth with the glute engaged. You always want to make sure you've brought the opposing muscle to the party. Okay, now we're going to switch this up a bit. Hips back, toes up on the left foot, left leg straightens, and then walk the hands back forward. Come back into that low lunge with your hips forward. Take the leg back, straight, hips back, and then forward. And just keep going between the two, back and forth. Little nice stretch for the hip flexor and the hamstring there. Okay, once you're forward, hands are down on either side of that foot, step it back to plank. And then step your right foot forward and put the left knee down. Come all the way up. Now let the hips come forward and back. With this left glute now engaged. Just trying to bring a little movement to this hip flexor. Okay, take the hands down. Now go to a straight leg. If you need to inch that foot a little more forward, straighten and bend it. Back and forth. Spine again is long, you're not rounding your back. Do a few more. Nice. Now, meet with the hips forward, frame your foot with your hands, come off the knee in the back, meet me in your plank. Now, just hold the plank with your hips up at the height of the back and your tummy in. Now, from here, we're going to meet in a down dog. So we stretch out the calves here. So pedal your feet, alternating one at a time. And you want to keep your ears right inside the arms, and you want to make sure you can still see your arms. So let's hold one side down and then switch. And switch. And again. Now, walk your feet in so you're in bear, and then put the knees on the floor. Let's do a few cat-cows. So you're going to round the back. Really try to open up the shoulder blade. You're just looking down at your knees. And you're holding this for a few more breaths. Now, sink into those shoulders, take your gaze forward. You've got a big arch in the back, but you're still hollowing out the belly. And let's reverse it, cat-cow. So just kind of flow through these at a pace that just feels good for you. Nice. Now, come back to a neutral spine with your stomach in. Off the knees, lift up, you're in bear. Come into a small down dog. See if you can straighten your legs here with your heels down. Now let's come up nice and high on those toes. So you're weighting a lot more into the arms. And drive your heels back. So we're giving our arms a little bit of work here, and we're also giving the calves a little bit of work. We are going to come back to these calves in our workout. So just go up and down. Again, you can see your arms through your peripheral vision, I hope. Do a few more. Now stay high on the toes and take baby steps forward, and then meet me in your full pull. Just relax here and breathe a few breaths. I'd like you to pull in your rib cage and retract the shoulders. Nice. Now take your hands above the knees, come up slowly to a standing position. Nice. Round those shoulders. We're going to take our pinkies to the sides of our hips and squeeze the elbows to each other. So you've got a nice proud chest here. Your feet are hip width apart. Just hold it. Now try not to let the pinkies rest on your hips. You just want to float them. So you're actually using more muscle that way. Okay, let the arms release. I'm going to do a nice little side body stretch with the right arm first. Get nice and long. Let the hip come out a little bit. Keep that length through the arm. And now take it over. And then come back. And let's do the same with the other arm. Reach it up nice and long. Hip pushes out. Arm comes over. So you're feeling a nice little tug right at the waist. Great. Now we're just going to go between the two. So just sort of put it all together here and go side to side. You're still getting nice length. Do a few more. Wow, those birds are loud. Blackbirds. They like flying over here in the morning. Okay, let's serve out this platter a few times. So let's connect the pinkies, reach the arms forward, connect the forearms, and then scoop them back, proud chest. And forward and back. You're just kind of loosening up everything, getting it ready to work. Okay, one more. Now pull it in, make a fist with your thumbs up. Let's take our feet a tiny bit wider to begin. Really pull those elbows as far back as you can get them. And let's do a little hip hinge with our tummy in. The elbows are going to stay nice and high, come down and up. You know, if you ever wake up in the morning and you feel really stiff, this is probably one of the best exercises. That's why they call these good mornings. Really good exercise to do. Okay, let's just do a few more. Now, if you notice those elbows are starting to lower, take them back up, keep them nice and high. It's a lot of work for your back. Okay, release the arms, slide them down your legs, and meet in a full fold. So just relax your head, look through your legs, and just sort of unweight the upper body here. Maybe that torso is going to get a little closer to the thighs than it did first time around. Now we're going to inhale and extend flat back, fingertips on the floor out in front of the feet, and then fold into the right again. And let's just repeat this a few times. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Nice. One more time. Inhale, look up. From here, we're going to do a nice slow reverse swan dive back up to standing. You're going to flip the palms up and reach them up. Sort of make a Y. I'm going to have you bring your feet together. So we want to put equal weight in both of our feet. If you feel your body swaying, you can always open your arms a little bit wider. This is a bit of a balance challenge, and it also forces you here to engage your core. So that means tummy in, glutes tight, hip hinge. Keep your arms as high as you can get them. So you're just sticking your booty back and you're wading into the heels. Now from here, we're going to squat and lift. Squat. Now, if you feel your weight shifting, a little left, a little right, get it under control. You want to keep it as even as you can. Okay, we're going to bring the hands. Oh, that's a lot of work for those arms. Bring your hands to heart. Now I'm going to ask you to squat a little bit deeper. And on the way down, if you can connect your knees, squeeze them into each other. So you're starting to wake up your inner thighs. Up and down. Now I just felt all my weight going to that right side. Try to stay balanced. You have to really concentrate. We all have a dominant side. Did it again. Okay, let's do a few more. We're going to start today's workout with suitcase squats. So I'm going to have you pick up not the heaviest, just something that's reasonably challenging. So put the weights on either side of your feet. You're going to open your feet hip width. We're going to squat down, pick up a weight, and come back up. Squat down, pick up the other one. So we're just alternating side to side. I want you to use your core. Keep that stomach pulling in. And just keep alternating. We don't want to lose our nice long spine and the fact that we're pushing that butt backwards as we squat. Nice. Couple more. Okay, this one, put that weight down. Come back up with no weight. Take your hands behind, just touching the ears. Now pull your elbows back for me. So you're feeling a nice opening through your pecs. So look at your feet, make sure they're hip width, pointing forward. Try to get those elbows back a little farther. Squat. Now, be mindful not to fold your body forward, right? We're squatting down. No weights. So we're going to go a tiny bit quicker just to get our body warmed up. So we're going to do 8 more of these. Keep those elbows back. Weights in the heels. You're pressing up through your heels, right? Be mindful not to drop the face. 1 more. Nice. Okay, release the arms. Move these weights off to the side. We're going to do some inner thigh work. So grab your Pilates ring or your ball. We're going to put it between our legs, lying down. Oh, how nice is that? Okay, start out with your feet on the floor. So you're nice and stable. You're just going to squeeze, hold in, 3, 2, 1, and then release it slow. Bring it back in, count your 3 counts, and take it out slow. And let's just keep repeating. We're going to get lots of tremble going on, ladies. Now, maybe as you squeeze in, you want to push that low back into the floor. But when you release it, release the pelvis too, so that you might have a space now between your lower back and the floor. Squeeze in and let it go slow. Squeeze in. And each time you squeeze in, you want to sort of say, can I squeeze any more while I'm doing these 3 counts? Put power into these legs. Really make each one special. We're going to do 3 more nice and slow. And then we're going to pulse it to finish. Just to finish this round, we're coming back to this. Okay, let's add that, squeeze it in, and then add that little punch to it, in and out, 1 inch, in an inch, out an inch. For 5 more counts. Nice job. Okay, so we're going to use the opposing muscles right away. So you're going to take your band, we're going to wrap it around our feet, sorry, just above the ankles, not your feet. You're lying back down, legs up. So try to position where your heels are over your hips. And let's get nice and flat on the shoulder blades and have your chest proud. Your feet are going to start out being flexed. So open up the band as wide as you can and hold it for 3 counts and then pull it back in together. You want to go nice and slow, just like we did with the ball. So you're working your outer hips right now. So you're going to start to feel this probably almost instantaneously if you've got a really challenging band. Doesn't take much to make these muscles talk to you. Remember, try not to limit the range when you begin to get tired. If you have to limit or make a modification, the best thing to do is to just not hold it quite as long. But each time, you still want to get it out as far as you can. Let's do 3 more. And then we'll add that little pulse.
Okay, take it out as wide as you can and go in and out an inch. Nice job. Okay. Hopefully you were feeling that. Roll it up, get rid of the band. We're going to come right back to the Pilates ring and the ball, and we're going to do another round of inner thighs. I'm telling you, we are working our legs today. We did a lot of arms on Saturday. Today we're doing a lot of legs. We are going to do a lot of rowing though for our back. So squeeze in, press that low back into the floor, release it slowly. Squeeze in. It's for 3 counts. And then release slowly. So when you release, you let everything go. So you're starting from scratch each time. That eliminates any momentum. Nothing like slow and control to help you build some good muscle strength there. It's all these little muscles through our pelvis and our hips and our inner thighs that really help support your body. So these are good muscles to pay attention to. 3 more nice and slow, make them great. Now, the next time you bring it in, add that little pulse. Nice job. Okay, put the ball back, roll yourself up, switch back to the band. This is the last time. Although I could do all 45 minutes of this. I know it's so good for us. Okay, open out nice and wide, hold the 3 counts. Come in with lots of control. You're the boss here, ladies, not the band. You can put your hands on the sides of your hips, and you can feel as you pull out of the muscles. They are working. Don't cheat that 3 count hold. Do 3 more. Okay, if you've done the 3, let's open up nice and wide and add that little pulse. Yes, they should be talking. They should not be happy right now. Just work through it. Take your mind somewhere else. Okay, release it. Oh my goodness. Get rid of the band. Okay, we're going to come up on our feet and we're going to do some rowing. I'm just going to grab a sip of water. Okay. So have 2 sets of weights for your rows because you might need to change or not. I don't know. Better prepare yourself in case you do. So we're going to start out rowing 2 arms with your palm grip facing each other. And then we're going to add an alternating 1 at a time. So feet are hip width apart. Come on down with a long spine. Pick up those weights. Both elbows come up as high as you can get them. And lower down with lots of control. So we don't want to be in a hurry. We want to resist the weight on the way down. Keep your neck nice and long, so you should be looking forward, not down. So I'm looking just off the front of my mat and I'm standing around the middle of my mat. Okay, put them down, shake out your grip just for a sec. We're going to pick them back up and we're going to start right and then left, one at a time. Here we go. Really try to get that elbow up as high as you can. And you're keeping it close to your body, close to those ribs. Your legs are almost straight, just a little micro bend, and your booty is back. So no weight into those toes. You know, just hold it here and come up an inch and down an inch. Now you're getting into your hamstrings here a little bit. Just move the weight up and down. Arms are fully extended. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Whew. That's a lot of work for the back of those legs. Okay, overhead presses. Just a little shoulder before we come back and do another round of rows. So when I do shoulder presses, I like to do one at a time. I'm going to start on the right. Just go up and down. Keep your neck long and your face up. Nice job. Put that one down. Grab the other one. Here we go, up and down. Use your breath here. So blow out when you're lifting up and inhale when you're coming down, especially when the work gets hard. Okay. Come on back down. We have one more round here of rows. We're going to start out the same way we did the first time, rolling both arms at the same time. So you hinge, legs stay straight, pick up your weights, start your rows. Look off the front of your mat. Don't drop the face. You shouldn't be able to see those feet. Unless, you know, except for your peripheral vision. You want to keep that neck long. Okay, put them down. Whew. Shake it out. Now we're going to come back and do right, then left. Ready? Booty back, weight in the back of the feet. Right and left. Keep the same pace you did when you were doing both. Put that elbow nice and high. You got to make each one of these great. It's not like going up halfway. That's not going to change the strength in your back. You got to really work each one. Three more. Okay, now let's just let the arms fully extend. Go up an inch and down an inch. Your spine is long here and your legs are straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we're coming back down.
Lying all the way down. We're going to do some bridge walkouts. Let's put our band around our legs, right up above your knees. Okay, now we're going to open our feet, hip width apart. Your legs are bent, arms out. Let's roll down like a Pilates roll, sucking in your belly, going nice and slow. Nice job. Take the arms all the way back behind you so you feel the shoulder blades pressing into the floor. Bring the arms back up, all the way down on the floor by your side. So you're on your heels, your toes are pointed up to the ceiling. Get nice and flat on the shoulder blades. Toes up, heels down. Bend in the legs, but not a huge one. Roll that pelvis up so you feel the space in your lower back close. So you got that low back on the mat. Now pick your butt up with that same angle of the pelvis and just hold. Now you're going to open at the knees till you feel the band get tight. And then close it so it gets nice and relaxed. It's not really that big of a move. It's like 3 inches out, 3 inches in. Again, now you're targeting, this is really good core exercise because you're hollowing out the belly. You're actively pressing your tummy down. You're working your glutes. I know they're firing. And you're getting into the outer hips. Now hold them out and just go out an inch and in an inch. Boom. You should be feeling this. Hold it out. Bring the legs together, not together, but back to your hip width apart where you started. Walk your heels in a few inches. So you've got a bigger bend in the leg. You can get your hips a little higher up off the ground, maybe. Open out on 3 counts. Hold on 3. And then bring back together. So out. And back together. You're getting a slightly different angle. Let's do a few more here. And we're going to hold it out and add that little pulse. Okay, pulse it out an inch, in an inch. Booty's up, booty's tight. Tummy's down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, toes up. Walk your heels in closer to your butt. In fact, bring them really close to the butt. Now, bridge it up. Let your inner thighs touch now. Squeeze in, hold. 1 vertebrae at a time, lower your butt to the floor. Very slowly, while you squeeze your knee. Once the butt's down, tilt it, roll back up. While you hollow out the stomach. Go as high as you can at the top of the moon and squeeze as much as you can. Just hold it. And now lower down slow. Once you feel your booty get to the floor, you're coming right back up. Squeeze your knees even more this time. Hold at the top and squeeze. Put your toes down on the floor so your shins relax, but not the knees. You're still pushing them into each other. Yes, you can. Why not? Tighten all this loose stuff. Tighten it up. Now, you're going to keep your knees squeezing, but you're going to lift your right foot off the floor and extend the right leg straight. A little bit of work in that left hamstring, right? You're welcome. Keep the butt up. Put that foot down. Switch. Send the other one out. Squeeze harder. Put your foot down. Keep squeezing. Now, very slowly. Release the squeeze so your knees are not touching. Roll your hips down one vertebrae at a time. Nice. Get rid of your band. Woohoo! Get rid of that band. Rock yourself up. We're going to come up and do some lateral lunges. So when I do lateral lunges, I'm trying to improve my range of motion. So I go to a slightly lighter weight, but you be the boss. You decide. So we're going to turn and face the right side of the room. We're going to start out, just get the feet nice and wide. Now line up your toes, right? They can point out a little bit if that feels better. Bring the weights inside the front of your legs. We're going to lunge right. Spine stays long. You come down nice and slowly. And your weights are just on the inside of that foot, and then you come up nice and slow. So we're back to that annoying 3 counts. Go left. Make sure you're pushing that butt back. So this is a lot of work for your booty and your inner thighs today. We will stretch at the end. Hopefully we're going to have enough time to do that. If not, you have to do it on your own. I told you a minimum 5 minutes a day at least, especially on the days that we don't work out. Okay, now I'm going to hold these weights at my chest just to switch it up a little bit. It adds a little bit of intensity to the move, provided you're still getting good range. If you're limiting your range, you're better off keeping those weights down. Okay, we're going to do one more on each side, and then we're going to hang out on that right side for a little bit. So weights fully extended. Come on down, have them right by the inside of that foot, and then come back up and down on that same leg and back up. Going a little bit faster for 5 more. Quick transition over to the other side. Here we go, left side only. Woohoo, so fun. Make sure you're not letting the knee go way in front of those toes. You got to work that booty back and down. 5 more. 4. Nice job. Okay, get rid of those weights. Going to do some core work before we sign off with a stretch or 2. So 5 minutes of core, 5 minutes of stretch. So let's start all the way down, legs bent, feet flexed, knees over hips, hands on your thighs. Push them out, press your low back into the floor and your tummy down, and just hold that push. 5 counts. And then pull the knees into the body. And repeat it. Knees over hips, hands on thighs, push. Belly down, back on the floor. Pull the knees in. Be mindful here not to let the ribs pop out when you do this. Round 3, we got 5 rounds of this. Push. Now you could just push a little or you could push a lot. You're not here long, so you're looking to bring a lot of intensity. Pull the knees in, relax. One last one. Push. Make it great. Nice job. Bring the knees in. One hand on each knee or behind the knee. Open up nice and wide. We're going to stretch the inner thighs. We still have some more core to do. Don't get excited. Now see if you can move those knees forward a little bit. And then bring them together. And then bring them back towards you. Open. Really open wide. And then bring them forward. And then pull them back in. Okay, legs are bent, feet are on the floor. Hands behind your head. I want you to tuck your chin and hollow out the stomach. So your ribs are down, your stomach is down, your chin is here. You're trying to lift the shoulder blades up, and you're just holding. 5 counts. Drop those elbows back. Don't pull the head. Oh my goodness, she's so fussy. I don't want you to hurt your neck. Okay, release. Make sure when the work is most challenging that you bring breath to the party, right? Now back up. Drop those elbows back, tuck the chin. Now we're going to amp this up a little bit. I'm going to have you extend your right leg out straight. That's it. Just hold. Try to keep lifting those shoulder blades. Don't pull your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Oh, how good does this feel? Okay, you know what's coming. It's the left leg going out this time. Lift up, tuck the chin, left leg out, hold. Follow with that belly. Get those shoulder blades up. And set it back down and relax. Okay, this time we're going to do the hollow hold. So both legs are going to come out, but instead of having our hands where they were, we're going to bring them out in front. So tuck the chin, lift the shoulder blades, arms out in front, palms face down, straighten both legs, just hold. Hollow out your belly. Try to get those shoulder blades right up off the floor. Your tummy wants to press out. Don't let it. Suck it down. Nice job. Bring both hands into your chest. Okay. Time for stretching. Woohoo, right? On track. We have 5 minutes of stretching. So let's start out by crossing our right knee over the left and hug those knees into the body. And if you can touch the outsides of your feet, grab them and pull them in. So right now we're targeting a release on that right butt cheek. You feel it right on the outside of that hip and the butt. So we're going to release our hands from our feet. You're going to take your left foot, put it on the floor. And we're just going to take the knees to the left side. It's the opposite of what we normally do. So don't let it confuse you. Now take your right arm, open it out. So you feel a nice stretch across the chest. Nice. Pull the arm in, bring the knees back up. Uncross the knees this time. And let's bring our left knee over the right. Hug them in nice and close to the chest. If you can hold on to the outsides of your feet with them flexed, and then pull them in towards your butt. Just hold. Okay, let's release that right foot to the floor and let the knees go to the right. Open out your left leg. We're not going all the way down to the floor. You can sort of hang in there, but your feet are relaxed. Nice big chest stretch on the left side. Okay, bring those knees back up, uncross them, hug them into the body. Make a little circle to massage that lower back. Change the direction. And now rock it up. So we're going to take our feet nice and wide. And you're going to sit up really tall. So no rounding of the lower back, right? Sit up nice and tall. Flex the feet. Open the legs wide. Move all that muscle out of the way so you're well connected to the mat. Walk your hands out with your spine long. Just keep going till you can't go anymore. And then you're going to try to lower those forearms to the floor and relax your head. Sort of close your eyes here and get lost. And inch the hands out a little further. Keep trying. Toes should be pointing up to the ceiling. Okay, baby steps with your hands back. We're going to bring the feet together. So you're sitting up in staff pose. Feet are, maybe hip width apart, maybe a little closer. If you want to take a towel, wrap it around the bottom of your feet. And now you're just going to pull the upper body forward and try to lower those elbows to the floor. Let your head follow, and when it wants to just relax and look at your knees, let it. But keep your tummy in. Try to get depth. We're never really satisfied with our flexibility. We always want more. So work these stretches to achieve more flexibility using your breath. Okay, walk it back up, release your towel. You're going to connect the bottoms of your feet together and pull them in. Hold underneath the feet. Maybe walk yourself in a little closer so your feet are a little closer to you. And then just gently rock from side to side. Nothing crazy. Just really enhancing your inner thigh stretch here. Nice. Okay, take your hands behind you. Palms face, your fingers face the back of the room. Walk yourself in a little further. Just hold it here. And try to breathe and relax your knees a little closer to the floor. It's not forcing or straining. It's just breathing and sending the right message. To just let those muscles get length back to them. Okay, separate the feet hip width, come up onto your toes, easy transition, hang out here for a sec. And now come into a full forward fold. And just sort of notice, oh my goodness, like I can tell from the first time I did a forward fold in today's class to where I'm ending today's class, I feel so much closer to those legs, which is awesome. We're going to sit throughout our day and they're going to get tight again. Okay, slowly come on back up. Take a big deep breath, sweep those arms to the sky.
And I thank you so much for your power and your strength today. Thank you for being here. Whew. Sweaty. How are you, Anne?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm fabulous. Yeah.
Has Karen finished her trip?
Yes. They were coming home yesterday, I believe.
Nice. It looks like they had a wonderful time.
Yeah, I think Rick did a great job getting it all organized.
Yeah. Fabulous.
Yeah. I mean, it's not my kind of vacation, but it's